What is going on, y'all? Double T here, back with another video, and thank you guys so much for checking this out, and thank you so much for the support on the channel so far this year. Now, today I'm still feeling a little bit sick, so my voice probably sounds a little bit nasally, so sorry about that, but that's just where I'm at right now. Wanted to make this video anyways. Borderlands 4. I finally beat the game, and I gotta say, it took me a lot longer than I thought, and one of the reasons why is kind of like one of the pet peeves I have with this game. I wouldn't even say a pet peeve, but just maybe it's more on my end as a gamer and just like the way I like to play games and the type of games I like to play, I think, is more of the reason why I took a little break from it in the middle. I wanted to play some other games. If you don't know the Borderlands games, if you've never played any of them, the Borderlands games are looter shooters, right? So it's a lot of the same thing. Now, of course, the story is going to continuously progress as you move forward, and you're going to go to explore new areas, new environments, and stuff like that, which I love about the game. But a lot of the combat and just, picking up guns and looting is repetitive. It's repetitive, right? And I'm not hating on it. I'm not saying that, oh, this is why I don't like Borderlands or anything like that. I loved the game. I really, really enjoyed my experience with it. But I will say that after about, I think at that point, I put about 30 hours into it. And then I started to feel a little bit, not even burnt out with it, but I was getting stuck on a boss is what I think happened. I was getting stuck at a part. I wasn't beating it. It was just the same thing over and over again. I was going in, dying, respawning, dying, respawning, dying. And I didn't feel like I wanted to go back and kind of backtrack and loot more and level up my character more. And again, this is why it's just really on me. The best way to play these games, y'all, is to loot as much as you can. It's to discover new areas and level up your character as much as possible. Do the side missions and, help out those, local people in each area for like the side missions and the side stories. That's how you can really like level up your character and your weapons and everything like that in order to be able to, once you get to the main story, once you get back to those missions, once you get to the bosses, you're a lot more powerful, and it's not as frustrating because you're not losing and just getting wrecked over and over and over again. And that is the problem that I had with the game. Not saying it was the game's fault again, but hopefully it's coming across right. But that is what I guess did wrong playing this game. And it's kind of what I do in a lot of other Borderlands games too, is I want to play through the main story and I don't want to like waste time with the side missions. But really, the side missions help you out so much. And some of them are actually really cool. Some of them... But what was I saying? The side missions will help you out so much in this game, yo. Because you will be able to level everything up to where it'll make those bosses so much easier in the main story. And just going through, whenever you're getting like overwhelmed with enemies, different types of enemies, once you're getting overwhelmed, it can get pretty hectic and chaotic. And that's what Borderlands is. But it'll make those sections a lot easier once you're leveled up properly. So that was something that was my bad. I want to say I finished the game at like level 32 or 34, something like that, which is pretty low, I think. I think a lot of people rather be 40 plus at least by the time they reach the end game. Because the last few bosses, man, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm going to try and have this video with like no spoilers, but it does get a little difficult, especially for me. And I'm not the best at gaming, so it could just be that as well. But that, along with not leveling up properly and not scaling properly, that's again is on me. That is why it made it extremely difficult once I got to some of the more difficult parts of this game. But either way, I want to say that I enjoyed this game so much. The story was actually really good. I can't say that like a lot of parts stuck with me heavy, except for a few key moments in this game. There's one towards the beginning of the game, actually, not even that far in at all, and you're like, holy crap, that actually just happened. And then you're like, okay, this is serious, like let's lock in. So I really liked that. It definitely kind of hooked me in story wise at the beginning, so that was cool. But yeah, of course it's Borderlands, right? It's a lot of the same thing. A lot of the Borderlands games are all, I want to say, very similar. They do have they do have their differences, but a lot of it's the same gameplay loop, right? But the differences that I will say I really liked was like the abilities in Borderlands 4. The abilities and the skill trees I thought were really cool. I played the girl, which I believe is the hunter. I want to say, I could be wrong, and sorry if I'm butchering this. This is like I've been playing other games since I beat Borderlands 4, so my mind's kind of off of it a little bit. But I always give it a little bit of time before I make like any kind of a review or like, okay, I beat this game, here are my thoughts. I never do it right away, because then you're like, you could be either way high on the game or way low on the game depending on how it ended. I like to give it some time, a week or so, at least a couple days, for your mind to fully process, how you feel about the game. But yeah, I want to say I wrote this in my phone. I want to say I gave this game. I always write every game that I play. I write down like 1 through 10 of what I want to rate it, and I rated Borderlands 4 an 8.75. That's what I thought. An 8.75, which is a very solid rating for me. I mean, I feel like I've been playing a lot of 8s and 9s lately. Last year I played some 10s, so it's been really good gaming wise when I do have the time for it. But Borderlands 4, it's one of those longer games, so it took me a while to get through this game. And like I said, I took that break in the middle because I wanted to play some other games. I went and played the first Halo game, Halo Combat Evolved. That was amazing. And now I'm on to my next game. But anyways, Borderlands 4, man, it's a great game. The abilities are really cool. The movement changes was a big plus leg up in this game, I think, because the other Borderlands games, all your movement was really the same. In this game, it really transformed the way you move and can, maneuver in combat, which I thought was awesome, because you have like grappling hook now and stuff like that. The movement is just a lot better in my opinion. And last year I just played Titanfall 2 for the first time. Amazing game, pretty much a masterpiece. And some of the movement almost reminded me of that, like your glide, because you can like jump and then glide down and glide across canyons and just glide across landscapes, or even glide to get yourself out of a sticky situation, which I did multiple times. That reminded me a lot of Titanfall 2, so that to me was like perfect timing because I just played the game, so that was a huge plus for me. I really enjoyed that part of the game. The bosses were really good. Even though I got wrecked a couple times by a few of them, I didn't feel like any of them were like super unfair or anything like that, where you're just getting your teeth kicked in 100 times. Nothing like Dark Souls or nothing like that, in my opinion. So even if you're new to Borderlands, you can definitely hop in this as your first entry, I believe, and you'll be perfectly fine. Borderlands 2 is still like up there with my favorite as well. I think Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 4 excuse me, my voice is starting to give out because I'm sick, but I think those two are like hand in hand together of like my favorite Borderlands games. I also really like the first game, but anyways, really just enjoyed my time with it, man. And if you guys have played Borderlands 4, I want to know what your thoughts are on it as the game as a whole, man. The guns are really cool. Of course, there's like a million different gun combinations you can get, so we probably never got the same guns except maybe some of the legendaries. Comparing to Borderlands 3, I will say, of course, the complaint with Borderlands 3 is that, it's dropping legendaries left and right. This game they made it way too easy. Definitely didn't make it that way in Borderlands 4, because there's not legendaries left and right. There's only a few legendaries that I found throughout my playthrough. Definitely not like a full loadout through of legendaries or anything like that. What really I enjoyed was using your abilities and figuring out, going through your skill tree and figuring out what to upgrade next with your skill points. That's what I really enjoyed about this game. So, yeah, Borderlands 4, man. Of course, the amazing traditional Borderlands formula, but just upgraded on it and just, made it even better. So, that's what I want to say about it. I really enjoyed my time with it. 8.75, which is a solid rating, and I'm so glad that I got all the way to the end credits. And there's still so much more you can do in the game as well, which I do plan to get back to it at some point to play. But yeah, let me know if you've played the game, and let me know if you want to play the game, or your thoughts on any of the other Borderlands games as well, because I have some other videos on my channel as well with different Borderlands games, so definitely go check those out. And if you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing, like the video, of course. Really appreciate the support on the channel you guys have given so far, and I'm going to end it here because my voice is really giving out. I'll have some gameplay on in the background, but appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, any video suggestions, let me know down below. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.